Hello students, this is your Unit 1 introduction, Unit 1 preview for ACCT 201. First off, let me just say welcome to the class. I'm excited for this term. I'm excited to teach you all the fundamentals of accounting. I'm a firm believer that every student that's majoring in some sort of business is majoring in a business related degree, marketing, business management, finance, statistics, what have you. I am a firm believer that at least one, if not two, accounting classes should be taken. Accounting is used in every organization. Accounting is the language of business. Accounting tells the financial story of an organization. A lot of people don't really know in a company. A lot of people don't know what accounting is and don't really appreciate it until it's needed. And so if you have the basic tools of accounting, that's going to help you in your organization. And that's what this class is for. And that's what I'm here for. So one of the things that we're going to talk about in Unit 1 is the accounting equation. Now, the accounting equation is what I like to call the foundation to all of accounting. Everything that we learn, not only in this class, but in all the classes that I teach in accounting, reverts back to the accounting equation. Just like you have a foundation to a house. Before that house is built, before you can have your bedrooms, before you have the house framed, plumbed, electrical, what have you, everything is built off of that foundation. And so that's why it's important to have a good foundation. That's why it's important to understand what the accounting equation is, why it's important, and how it relates to everything in accounting. Now you're going to learn this week, this unit, that the accounting equation is made up of three components. Assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. Assets are anything that an organization owns. Some examples are cash, inventory, accounts receivable, equipment, buildings, land. There are dozens, if not hundreds, of different types of assets, but it's anything that an organization owns. Liabilities are anything that an organization owes to someone else. Accounts payable, wages payable, sales tax payable, anything that's owed to someone else is a liability. Owner's equity is the difference between the assets and the liabilities of a company. So let's say that we have $100,000 in assets and we have $70,000 in liabilities. The difference between those two amounts, the $30,000, would be your equity. Now, assets, there are two claims to assets, either the liabilities, i.e. creditors, or owner's equity, i.e. the owners. So again, if we have $100,000 in assets, $70,000 in liabilities, that means creditors have claims to $70,000 of those assets. The remaining claims goes to the owners. Now with the accounting equation, again, it's assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. Whatever happens on the left-hand side of the equation, which is the asset side, as far as increase or decrease, the same thing has to happen on the other side. So if assets were to increase by $30,000, then either liabilities or owner's equity has to increase by $30,000. If assets were to decrease by $15,000, then either liabilities or owner's equity has to decrease by $15,000. Now you're going to see in some transactions that we'll cover in this chat session for Unit 1 that sometimes just the asset side of the equation is affected. What I mean by that is we may have one asset that increases by $10,000 and another asset that decreases by $10,000. So it's basically what I like to call a wash, where the net effect is zero. So that means the right-hand side of the equation, which is your liabilities and owner's equity, it won't change. That will also be zero. We'll talk about that this week. We'll also get into just a little bit of debits and credits. That's for Unit 2. But that's also going back to what I talked about at the very first of this video, which is everything builds off the accounting equation. So we're going to build are what I like to call the debit room and the credit room off of this accounting equation foundation. So welcome. Study hard. I strongly suggest to make flashcards and go over them. Learn those concepts. These first 2 chapters of the term are critical to understanding everything else that we're going to cover this term. So study hard. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the chat. Take care.